We are.
We are so much more
Than an energy company.
We are connectors.
Community protectors.
And clean energy leaders.
We are
Job creators.
Friends and neighbors.
Stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we.
We are so much more.
We are the energy
Behind your everyday.
And we are
Obsessively.
Relentlessly.
At your service.
I want a drink.
And I want this free. And I want this awesome ATV. I can't get enough
of winning free stuff.
Casey's just gave me these. Cause we won the Casey's sweepstakes. The summer of freedom sweepstakes.
Shop with Casey's Rewards for a chance to win free pizza, gas, and getaways all summer long.
We won the Casey's sweepstakes. The summer of freedom sweepstakes.
Here in the heartland, at the heart of everything cool, Greater Des Moines is more than its features. It's a feeling. A feeling of discovery and wonder everywhere you turn. Catch what you've been missing. Des Moines, the S's are silent, our city is booming.
Sometimes people who seem to know everything.
Dental insurance costs a fortune and it covers nothing.
Don't. For instance, personal plans from Delta Dental cut the cost of many procedures in half. So be careful what you hear.
How important are teeth anyway?
Get the facts. Contact Delta Dental about saving with personal dental plans today.
I hear you're looking for a great college where you can get an affordable education. SWIC is the place for you.
I appreciate the personalized attention.
And I've gotten to meet people from all around the world.
The SWIC student housing is incredible.
I like SWIC's hands-on training.
And I'll start my career in 2 years.
I can schedule my classes online or face-to-face.
SWIC feels like a community.
Like family, like home. SWIC is a place for you.
Des Moines, the home of the Girls State Soccer Tournament, presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. It's semifinal Thursday at State, and we've got an exciting matchup upcoming in Class 3A as the 2-seed Ankeny Hawkettes go head-to-head with the 3-seed Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln Lynx. And hello, soccer fans. It's great to have you with us from Iowa's capital city on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy. Alongside my broadcast partner, Blake Walker, I'm Hunter Phillips. And Blake, we've got a classic matchup of a high-powering offense versus a stingy defense. So something is going to have to give, and this will be quite a match here today.
Yeah, it should be. Ankeny defending state runner-ups to Valley last year. Hawks as a 7-seed got to the state championship last year. Not quite a 7-seed this year. They get that 2-seed with them this year. But the Hawks got a nice victory in the first round against Pleasant Valley. Lincoln gets a big win over a really talented Waukee Northwest team. I mean, this is going to be a tough physical game, and the Hawks been here before. Lincoln not quite. Lincoln only one loss on the year, and that was to Centennial. And then you talk about, Ankeny with only one loss on the year, and that was to Centennial. Only goal they've given up all year. Absolutely incredible what they've done. And the Lynx 15-3 on the season, couple losses. Already lost to this Ankeny team earlier in the year, 1-0. Should be a good game, good weather. Nice to end the day off with a nice 3A semifinal.
Now let's go ahead and take a look at both teams' road to the championship. And we begin with Ankeny, who knocked off the 6-seed Pleasant Valley 1-0 in the quarterfinals on Tuesday. Avery Matthews with the game-winning goal for the Hawkettes. Meanwhile, the Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln Lynx blanked Dowling Catholic 3-0 in their statement win in the quarterfinals. And a number of players were able to get involved in that scoring department for the Lynx, who are looking to make a statement here in the semifinal round. Again, the winner of this match will advance to the championship game on Saturday and will either face Ankeny Centennial or the defending champs, the West Des Moines Valley Tigers. We'll step aside and take our first break. When we come back, we'll continue to get you all set up for this afternoon's 3A semifinal featuring Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln and Ankeny here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
We are.
We are so much more
than an energy company.
We are connectors,
community protectors, and clean energy leaders.
We are
job creators,
friends and neighbors,
stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we.
We are so much more.
We are the energy
behind your everyday.
And we are
obsessively,
relentlessly
at your service.
It's Fairway Family Food.
Name one reason more people choose to shop at Fairway.
Lower prices.
Name something that Fairway is famous for.
The best meat in town.
Services!
Don't play games with your food. Shop Fairway for the best meat in town.
With lower prices and higher quality, everyone's a winner at Fairway.
Until next time, this is Fairway Family Food.
In Iowa, we all play by the same rules. Hard work pays off, practice makes perfect, success is something you earn, and teamwork helps us all be winners. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics. Because on our team and on yours, what we bring to the table is what brings us all together. Learn more about our commitment to Iowa at iowapork.org.
Inching closer and closer to our opening kickoff here at the County Soccer Complex in Des Moines, the home of the Girls State Soccer Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. Live coverage here on the Girls Union Network powered by Mid-American Energy. Alongside Blake Walker, I'm Hunter Phillips. And Blake, once again, here we are on a sun-soaked day on this Thursday. We've been really blessed with some great matchups beginning in 1A in the morning, 2A, and now the big schools are coming out here to finish up what's been just a busy and entertaining semifinal Thursday at State.
Yeah, it's been an amazing day. Amazing Thursday. These girls get a break. They get championships on Saturday. Two very talented teams. Council Bluffs, Lincoln, only 3 losses on the season. One of them wasn't to an out-of-state opponent. The other ones were to Ankeny, 1-0, and then Valley 2-1. So these girls, I mean, they know how to play against these really tough teams, led by their senior, Hannah Schimmer. She has 41 goals on the season, and then Paige Bracker, 17 assists. That set a school record earlier this year. The crazy thing, Hunter, about Ankeny, they're so spread out scoring. Their highest scorer only has 11 goals on the season. That's Emma Gott. But, I mean, Allie Mackey, very solid. Tasia Pritchard, very solid. They just are so hard to guard. And like we said, only giving up 1 goal the entire season to their rival Ankeny Centennial in the loss.
And ever since that loss back on May 3rd, they have rattled off 6 straight wins en route to reaching the semifinals. And this is a team that knows what it takes to get to the 3A championship match, of course, were state champions back in 2019. But you mentioned it, Blake, and the fact that these two teams met very early on the season on April 2nd. That was a 1-0 win for Ankeny. But Council Bluffs, Abraham Lincoln, they were not at full strength for that match. And this is a completely different time here at State. And so both of these teams, they're raring to go. And here in just a couple of minutes, we will have our team introductions, but we'll go ahead and take another break. When we come back, we'll have those team introductions for you and First Touch here at County Soccer Complex in Iowa's capital city on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
We are so much more
than an energy company.
We are connectors,
community protectors, and clean energy leaders.
We are
job creators,
friends and neighbors,
stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we.
We are so much more.
We are the energy
behind your everyday.
And we are
obsessively,
relentlessly
at your service.
Hello, I'm Brent Johnson, an Iowa farmer from Calhoun County and president of the Iowa Farm Bureau.
As proud title sponsor of the state soccer tournament, the Iowa Farm Bureau is dedicated to creating a vibrant future for Iowa through partnerships and programs that help cultivate individuals with great character, a strong work ethic, and exceptional leadership skills. Making it to the state tournament is a great accomplishment that takes a lot of support. That's why we provide millions of dollars in awards, grants, and scholarships that recognize athletic and academic excellence. And to help celebrate this achievement, the Iowa Farm Bureau provides commemorative soccer balls for each team competing in the state tournament. These keepsakes are a great way for these athletes to remember their experience here, as well as the teammates, coaches, parents, teachers, and mentors who've all played an important role in their journey. So, from the Iowa Farm Bureau, congratulations to all the players and coaches on an outstanding season, and good luck in the tournament.
2 classes have already been decided for their championships on Saturday, and 1 remains. Class 3A, 2 teams will battle for a spot in Saturday's 3A title. Ankeny, the 2 seed, going up against the 3 seed Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln. Already off to a fast start in the 3A field, as right behind us on Coach County Field, the defending champs off to a ferocious start. The Tigers already leading 1-0 over Ankeny Centennial. But now we're moments away from things getting started here on the other end of the county soccer complex here on the south side of Des Moines. Now here in a matter of moments, we'll turn things over to our public address announcer to meet the teams before we get underway here in Iowa's capital city.
Good afternoon and welcome to County Soccer Complex for the 2022 Iowa Girls State Soccer Tournament and this Class 3A semifinal game between the Hawkettes from Ankeny and the Lynx from Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln. Let's meet the teams. First, the non-starters for the visiting team, Ankeny. Number 3, Megan Rose. Number 4, Allie Heller. Number 5, Sophie Leffler. Number 7, Jarrah Christensen. Number 13, Maddie Walsh. Number 15, Gwen Briggs. Number 17, Marley Buchan. Number 18, McKenna Skinner. Number 20, Emmy Murphy. Number 21, Brooke Harrington. Number 24, Morgan McMahon. Number 26, Emma Ritters. And number 1, Tava Ganal. Assistant coaches for Ankeny, Sarah Lynn, Olivia Drexler, Chloe Wetzbarger, Kelsey Yarrow, and Olivia Sherrard. Now the non-starters for the home team, Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln. Number 0, Shelby Lee. Number 3, Aubrey Sandboothie. Number 4, Ella Hansen. Number 5, Allison Smith. Number 10, Aubrey McCumber. Number 12, Mackenzie Quammen. Number 13, Haley Santon. Number 14, Emma Lee. Number 15, Taylor Ferguson. Number 16, Sylvia Stott. Number 19, Stephanie Smith. Number 22, Liliana Bates. And number 25, Natalie Simmons. Assistant coaches for Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln, Madison Sola and Kelsey Cheney. Now let's meet the starters for Ankeny. Number 6, Emma Gott. Number 8, Allie Mackey. Number 9, Kennedy Mackey. Number 10, Taya Pritchard. Number 11, Eden Gibson. Number 12, Jenna Pitts. Number 14, Cameron Dietz. Number 16, Maddie Fells. Number 19, Elizabeth Proctor. Number 23, Avery Matthews. And number 0, Jasmine Mosier. Head coach for Ankeny is Simon Brown. And now your starters for Council Bluffs, Abraham Lincoln. Number 1, Savannah Vanderwerf. Number 6, Isabella Kane. Number 7, Lexi Mayo. Number 11, Jasmine Martinez Rangel. Number 17, Hannah Schimmer. Number 18, Piper McGuire. Number 20, Liberty Bates. Number 21, Abby Evers. Number 23, Megan Elam. Number 24, Trista Baker. And number 37, Paige Brocker. Head coach for Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln is Robbie Miller. Our officials for today's game, the referee, Jose Fajardo. First assistant referee, Jared T. Second assistant referee, Nicole Schuppen. And the fourth official, Cassidy Molden. Good luck to both teams, and let's play some championship soccer.
So the teams have been introduced. Now the only thing left is to get underway here on a sun-soaked Thursday afternoon. Temperature at 76 degrees, approaching the warmest part of the afternoon, but wind gusts will be approaching up to 17 miles per hour, and the wind has certainly played a factor throughout our state tournament, and it will be here this afternoon as the wind has changed directions going from the south to the north. But all in all, a trip to the title match, Blake, is on the line for two teams that know what it takes to get here, especially when you look at Ankeny and what they've been able to accomplish over the last few years. Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln coming in with a lot of momentum. So, again, a stingy defense versus a powerful offense. Going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, it should be. I mean, Lynx have been here now 4 straight years, 5th in tournament history. And Coach Robbie Miller currently sitting at 98 career wins. So you know what that means. You win 2 more, his 100th win would come here at the state championship. So their only losses on the season in the state of Iowa have come to Valley and Ankeny. So it's right there in front of you if you want to call it a little bit of a revenge tour. Their only other loss coming to Scott Catholic, out-of-state opponent from Nebraska. So should be a fun game ahead. Ankeny doesn't give up any points. They've only given up 1 point all year. Should be a fun game.
And a touching moment here just as the match got started. The opening touch was for, I believe, Allie Mackey, number 8 for the Hawkettes. Just wanted to get her in the lineup. You see them embracing their teammate. I think that was actually Jared Christensen, the senior. He does have 3 goals on the season. Maybe couldn't play due to injury, but regardless, just a great scene before we do get underway, and for Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln to allow that to take place here as we are underway.
Very nice touching moment for her. I know how much that means to her to be able to go at it again here, and unfortunately injury has kept her out, but nice moment there for Ankeny and Council Bluffs Lincoln.
So we are underway. Ankeny is the road team, and their white kits with maroon numerals and lettering and trim. Meanwhile, Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln in the same kits they wore in their victory against Dowling Catholic, a 3-0 win. Blue and red kits for the Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln Lynx out of the Missouri River Conference. 16-3, went perfect in conference play. And now they're looking to press early on one of the top defenses in the state, if not the best defense in the state. And Ankeny, as we've already alluded to, just 1 goal conceded this season, and that was on May 3rd in a 1-0 defeat to crosstown rival Ankeny Centennial, as the Hawkettes looking to attack for the first time on the afternoon. But the back line of Abraham Lincoln giving chase as there's some contact there. Avery Matthews was the one looking to get the Hawkettes rolling early. She had the golden goal in that victory over Pleasant Valley in the quarterfinal round on Tuesday.
Nice
Emma Gott Swinging it out to the right side, and in there to make the stop is Savannah Vanderwerf, sophomore goalkeeper entering the state tournament with 84 saves and only allowing 11 goals, less than 1 goal allowed per contest. These are two very good goalkeepers, Blake, that we'll see here throughout the day.
Yeah, and Jasmine Moser, I mean, when you're only giving up 1 goal in a season, yes, that says a lot about your entire team and your defenders, but you're the one stopping, you're the last line of defense there. 45 saves this season, only giving up 1 shot. And even their shot against Ankeny Centennial, I mean, it was kind of one of those short dribblers. It wasn't like a crazy, wild shot up close. Just kind of caught a lucky break, and she's been unbelievable all season long. Excited to see how she plays this one out.
Throwing it in is Avery Matthews for the Ankeny Hawkettes out of the CIML Iowa Conference. 5-1 in conference play, and then 17-1 coming into the state tournament, 18-1 arriving here to the semifinal round of the state tournament. They will throw it in along the far side.
Have been in every state championship game since 2018. 2019 state champions.
Well, and of course, the seniors that are on the current team here were on that state title team back in 2019. Be a goal kick here for Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln. 5th trip here to the state tournament, but have been here the last 4 seasons, and they are looking for their first title in program history. Meanwhile, for Ankeny, their 12th trip, 5th straight, 4 titles under their belt. Rushing forward for Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln is Hannah Schimmer, one of 3 players for the Lynx to score in their quarterfinal victory.
42 goals on the season for Schimmer, one of the more outstanding goal getters in Class 3A.
Playing along the far flank. Booting it forward was Lexi Mayo. And now intercepted by the back line of the Lynx. They play it off to the right side. There for Hannah Schimmer once more, and a close play right in front of the right bar, and the ball is sent out of play.
I think that was Liberty Bates who got a shot, and nice job by Moser to block it. Nice two-handed block. Pretty sure Moser's on their volleyball squad. It would not surprise me.
Well, and you mentioned Liberty Bates, just a sophomore. 17 assists, which is 3rd in Class 3A, and tallied 2 assists there in the victory on Tuesday. Moser comes in to retrieve it. Excellent goalkeeper for the Hawkettes, just a junior, 45 saves, and like we mentioned, just that 1 goal allowed, and that didn't come until early May.
It's got to be up there for a record of, like, no goals allowed. I'm pretty sure it's happened before in a season, but nowadays it just feels so rare that something like that would happen.
And we've touched on this in our broadcast throughout the day, night in and night out against some of the best competition in the state, to be able to hold many of them scoreless. Just a testament to the defensive third of Ankeny, but also their stellar goalkeeper as the Hawkettes pressuring in the box. And that one is knocked out of play by Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln.
And there'll be a couple of those. I mean, I think Lincoln should expect to be pushed back into their own box here. It's not like Ankeny scores a ton of points per contest. They scored 12, 10, and 10 this year. That was their highest scoring games, but still.
A team that likes to control the tempo and not necessarily a team that is going to try to outscore you. That is not the case for Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln. 98 goals entering the semifinal match. 2nd in Class 3A. They're also 2nd in 3A in assists with 79, averaging over 5 goals per contest. And there are a number of players for the Lynx that certainly know how to get it done as they bring it across the half line here at County Soccer Complex in Des Moines. A little bit of cloud cover here and there. Otherwise, it is going to be a fairly comfortable afternoon for soccer. Winds will be coming in and out.
Yeah, can't complain about the weather. The weather has been outstanding today. Like you said, a little partly cloudy. We've got a nice little cloud cover here. We'll take it when we get it, but couldn't ask for a better day for state soccer.
Again, these two teams met back in early April. A match in which Ankeny was able to win 1-0, but Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln had a few starters that were out due to injuries, so not at full strength. So this is a completely different match, and you can always throw series history out the window when you're in the postseason.
Well, on the western side of Iowa, you just don't really see a ton of western Iowa schools, win championships. You talk about that famous drought in basketball. Western Iowa school hasn't won a boys state basketball tournament since in Class 4A since 2002, and that was Sioux City East. So it's been a long time, and they just when they show up, it's always fun. And shout out to Council Bluffs Lincoln. They have put together an unbelievable season so far.
They sure have. That will now give a Kruger Seeds corner kick here for Ankeny, the first set piece of the match. Next time you're in need of corn or soybean seed, give your local Kruger Seeds dealer a call. Kruger Seeds, first class seed, first name service. Learn more at KrugerSeed.com. And the Hawkettes unable to put anything together there in their opening set piece of the match.
Yeah, that was Kennedy Mackey tried they didn't really go for a corner kick. They just kind of kicked that one out to Kennedy Mackey, and Mackey just couldn't do anything with it. Kind of airmailed a little too far, and Lynx catch a break here on defense.
Kennedy, the older sister of Allie Mackey. Cameron Dietz.
That is a late handball.
Whistle coming in, so Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln will be back with it, but Dietz just took a ball right to the noggin and was able to shake it off. Lynx with a long ball, down pitch. Abby Evers was the nearest Lynx in the vicinity. And now here's Taya Pritchard, junior midfielder. 10 minutes into our opening half here at the County Soccer Complex, just getting underway here for the final set of semifinal matches here on this Thursday. 1A, 2A already in the books. And we will have a repeat of championship matches in 1A and 2A. And depending on how things play out, we could say the same thing in Class 3A.
Yeah, it's so rare. I mean, and we talked about it, how last year the 2A field was the same as the 2A field this year. Just consistency among programs.
Avery Matthews had a brief touch. The Lynx trying to clear it out of the way. And now the Hawkettes play it from the far side, looking for the cross. Matthews was in midair trying to head it in, and keeping it in bounds, and with another cross opportunity where the Hawkettes, and the ball just goes over the bar. But staying with that play and creating that opportunity was Maddie Fells, the senior. So already 2 point-blank range opportunities there for the Hawkettes as we have an IMT insurance substitution, the first one of the match for Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln.
It's a nice attempt by Fells, just a little too high on her header. Set up perfectly. Ankeny has everything going right for him right now. I mean, the possession's just sat on this side in Lincoln territory. So the Lynx are going to have to get something going here if they want to get their offense rolling. Only a couple issues so far for Ankeny on defense.
Shimmer making a couple of nice 1v1 moves. The Lynx look to push it back to Shimmer. Left-footed strike. And it bounces right into the lap of Jasmine Mosier. The first shot on goal registered by Hannah Shimmer.
Well, and the winds calmed down a little bit, so Moser had a little bit of time to think about that shot as it came towards her, especially how far out it was. So it sets them up easily when they're getting a goal coming at you at a pretty significant rate of speed.
Well, and like we've seen throughout the course of the day, shots that maybe you normally wouldn't register, with the wind playing a factor today, getting the green light from further out in terms of yardage. In fact, we saw one of the most improbable goals earlier this morning in the Nevada Davenport Assumption 1A semifinal from 30 to 40 yards out. An equalizing goal by Nevada, and we saw an even lengthier goal being made in the match prior to this one between Dallas Center Grimes and Cedar Rapids Xavier. So it can be done, and be interesting to see what players take those kind of chances.
It's a nice slide tackle attempt by Megan Elam just a few seconds ago, going after the ball. I mean, the Lynx, they'll stay aggressive. You got to stay aggressive against a team like Ankeny that has been so successful the last couple of years here and has, shown that they can win these state titles.
Ankeny with a 1-0 win over Pleasant Valley in the quarterfinals, looking to thwart any kind of counter here by the Lynx, but they're on the move quickly with Hannah Schimmer. And Schimmer was met up by the Hawks defense. And now the Hawkettes played up to Matthews, who did have that lone goal. Entered the state tournament. Did Matthews with 9 goals on the season. But balanced scoring, not any one player above and beyond the goal tally, as the officials will whistle a foul here on the pitch that will go against Ankeny.
I mean, they'll stay aggressive, that's for sure. I mean, it was a good fight there by Paige Bracker. Set the school assist record this year. She's got 17 coming into the state tournament. You got to stay aggressive. And that was the same thing when these two teams met the first time at the beginning of the school year when Ankeny got the 1-0 victory. Like you said, Lincoln was, a little under-numbered there with a couple players out due to injury. So, whole different ball game, and Ankeny has to prepare for that, and I'm sure they have. And it's all up to see how the Lynx try to counter what they've been thrown at.
Our officials will stop play here. Might be an
you got a
injury
bloody
timeout.
Nose. Bloody nose, I believe. That's 24 Trista Baker. She'll get an IMT substitution.
So the second substitution of the match now in for Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln. And it will be Liliana Bates, freshman defender. And we've seen the officials here throughout the state tournament, whenever they notice that a player has been hurt, no matter if it's a concussion or if it's a turned ankle, or in this case a bloody nose, they're quick to stop play and just make sure that each of the student athletes are safe.
Yeah, they have been. They've been phenomenal at, keeping the players' safety first, obviously calling the game right, but they care about these players. They want them to stay safe, and that's been the big part of this whole ordeal.
Paige Bracker attacking from the center. Will play her collegiate soccer at Augustana up in South Dakota. Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln has number 1, Bracker, and number 2 in terms of most assists in Class 3A. Liberty Bates right behind. Of course, tally 2 in the win against Dowling Catholic earlier in the week. Here is Matthews cutting to the left, and it goes right to Vanderwerf, who was in the right spot, but Avery Matthews picking up where she left off back on Tuesday.
And those are the type of goals she has to take. I mean, that was perfectly set up, just a nice, strong left-handed kick, or left-legged kick, and even better job by Vanderwerf, Savannah, just get in front of it, keeping the Lynx in top of it. I mean, they're doing a good job keeping Ankeny from getting too good of opportunities. It's just the Lynx got to get a couple more shots on goal here to feel a little bit more confident in the first 15 minutes.
So fun start to this match. A little bit of back and forth, but Ankeny, you can tell that they want to maintain possession and, again, just be the team that directs the tempo in this ball game and to set the tone, as we have a IMT substitution in for Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT insurance at imtins.com.
Ankeny being patient here going upfield, kind of taking their time. Nice back kick.
Oh, and a nice ball, bicycle kick, their attempt. and nearly was able to hook up with freshman Cameron Dietz. Ball will stay with Ankeny.
Yeah, Emma Gott, leads the team in goals, but still so talented, even on just assisting and whatnot, doing what she can.
So now the second Kruger Seeds corner kick of the half will be awarded to Ankeny. And it will be Avery Matthews to take it. 9 assists to pair with her 10 goals on the season. The Hawkettes lining up atop the inside of the 18-yard box. Trying to play it lower. The Hawkettes out of the corner kick. Splicing through and getting it deflected was Emma Gott.
Good defense.
Couldn't ask for anything better if you're Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln. But it does result in a third Kruger Seeds corner kick. First class seed, first name service.
You've seen how big corner kicks have been today, Hunter. This could be a big one.
Multiple goals off of corners in this tournament. Opportunity right in front of the net. Ball is still loose, and the Lynx just converged on the Hawkettes.
That was a beautiful bicycle kick that just maybe a missed header spot, but that bicycle kick was set up perfectly. Just missed opportunity there for Ankeny.
Ankeny has had the more scoring chances here in this opening half. But in the game of soccer, there's always a lot of back and forth, give and take, and Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln, as potent of a scoring offense as they are, they know that if they're on the other side of the pitch in Ankeny territory, as that one is knocked past the touchline, that they too have as good a shot as any to get something on the board.
I've just been so impressed by the Lynx defense, just being pushed back like they are, keeping a solid poise, not letting it get too far out in front of them, and you catch breaks like that.
Our officials will allow an IMT substitution once more for Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln. So head coach Robbie Miller often going to his bench, and especially on a hot day and a match that you know is going to be back and forth. It's all about having those fresh legs at the right time as we're closing in on the halfway point of our opening half here at County Soccer Complex.
Nice kick upfield by Hannah Schimmer, or excuse me, that was Mackenzie Kavaman.
Boy, and she just patiently waited to send that one forward, and just what the Lynx possibly need to change ends of the field. Running up is Santon for Abraham Lincoln. So Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln back with it. Defeated Sioux City East and Sioux City West, a pair of Western Iowa squads in the regional tournament, outscoring both opponents by a combined margin of 16-1.
I'd say that's pretty impressive. Scored 16 against Sergeant Bluff Luton in the regular season.
Are on one of the most impressive win streaks of any team entering the state tournament, double digits in terms of win streaks. There briefly for the Lynx was Haley Santon.
Ankeny is not afraid to sit back and give the ball back to their defenders to make plays. You know, most teams we see, they're just like, let's go, let's move it upfield. Ankeny says, you know what, let's sit back, let's give it to our defenders who are so talented. Gotta like how Ankeny plays here. Slow and methodical.
And they have the formation to back it up. Shot was deflected in midair. That coming from Jarrett Christensen. The shot department in favor of Ankeny, who only registered 11 shots in their win against Pleasant Valley, but it was enough to do the damage in the end. Vanderwerf quick to retrieve it. Ranging over to her left, and a strong boot that reaches the center line. And now the Lynx looking to put pressure on the Hawks. Hannah Schimmer, she's had a few touches here already. Someone the Lynx certainly want to get involved.
I've never seen so much communication. In 1A and 2A, we saw these girls talking, but both teams, just the pointing, hey, you go there, I go there. Really helping these girls figure it out here as we move along.
Well, and we have talked about this on our other broadcasts, but the fact that, a lot of these young women, they grow up on the same club teams, growing up in the same neighborhoods, and just all of that put together adds that chemistry piece that really puts a championship caliber team together. And that communication aspect, something that you may not think about in the game of soccer, but in any sport, but especially soccer, how spread out the pitch is, 11 personnel on the field, got to be able to communicate. And now 2 subs will enter here, 1 for each squad, Ankeny and Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln. Once again, substitutions throughout our coverage here at the Girls State Soccer Tournament are presented by IMT Insurance.
Update from the other games, Centennial leads Valley 2-1.
Bit of a stunner there.
I was going to say, Jaguars trying to pull
already.
Jaguars trying to get a nice little upset here, change a little bit of the course that we've seen so far today.
3 goals
That
would
be a nice upset.
That would be just incredible, that amount of goals already scored. So
I'm sure Ankeny would love it if they could get a rematch.
Free kick for Kennedy Mackey, the senior. Nice line drive. Boot over to the right side, and fortunate that a foul was not called on.
Eden Gibson gave quite the shove there as she was headed to the goal. I'm surprised nothing was called.
Well, and like we have seen throughout the tournament, the officials have often let some of that contact go, but in that case,
we're going to talk about it.
Very tough to let something like that go on the wayside.
I'll just let substitutions in, no call.
2 new Hawkettes in the match. Simon Brown, in his 4th year at Ankeny, knows what it takes to reach the championship match. 9th year in total coaching at the high school level.
Lynx got to get some offense going. They've just kind of sat back in defense. Now they're getting a little bit of a push. Got to keep moving.
Liberty Bates cutting up. Now here's Bates with it. Got knocked away at the last second.
That was a great save. I can't tell who it was back in there, but great save by the Hawkettes.
Well, when you have Schimmer there along with Bates, that is a 1-2 combination that you have to keep eyes on, and you can just tell that Ankeny is not afraid to be the more physical team out there on the pitch, and maybe that is something that Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln has to adjust to. Schimmer?
Yeah, Schimmer hasn't really gotten free a ton today. I think that's one thing Lincoln's going to want to get going here.
Maddie Fells, the one denying Schimmer of any free space. Throwing in is Emma Gott, the sophomore. Battle on the end line. Keeping it in play is Lexi Mayo. Jara Christensen back and forth just inside the center line.
That could have been. We talk about our collisions. That could have been a tough collision. Kind of hold your breath every time 2 girls are going for a header.
Yeah, they just grazed one another's heads. So fortunate that both are able to play on, as this first half has gone by extremely fast, and Blake Walker nearly got a save.
Man,
right there. That came right
I
at
was
us.
so ready. I've been seeing such good goalie play this week. I was like, can I get my right hand on it?
Want to prove that we're more than just broadcasters over here.
I mean, I've yet to catch a foul ball in a baseball, softball booth. You know, I just want part of the action.
And seeing, unlike baseball and softball, where you can bring a glove, here it just we're hanging on to our sheets.
We're in a very awkward position for broadcasters. We are currently standing on the bleachers, edge, where you can walk up a ramp for the wheelchair entrance almost. So I'm not going after Pete, Randy, and our production crew. It's a nice view. It's a great view. We were spoiled with being on top of the press box earlier this morning, but.
And just spoiled with a beautiful day altogether.
Yeah, nice little cloud cover when I take it.
Ball will stay with Ankeny, and while we do have a brief stoppage in action, fans, a reminder that Central College has a tuition price less than $18,600. That means the college experience that opens doors for a lifetime is now more affordable than ever, and scholarships are still available. Apply today at central.edu. We have flown by here in this opening half, less than 10 minutes to go, and what is a 0-0 contest in this Class 3A semifinal. Winner of this game will go on to face either Ankeny Centennial or West Des Moines Valley, the defending 3A champs.
It's a lucky bounce, going to roll out of bounds. It just feels like Lincoln needs some of those. Nope, stayed in bounds. Just need a couple lucky bounces here to get a couple breakaways going. Ankeny really hasn't had many breakaways even. It's just been.
Christensen playing it to the middle of the box where three links were there to be able to clear it away. Shimmer wasn't quite there to retrieve that pass from Liberty Bates. Taya Pritchard.
Up ahead.
Finding Fells.
Ooh, nice save. That's Bracker.
Paige Bracker really doing it on both ends of the pitch. And she just charged in at the last minute to be able to clear that one away. So before Ankeny is able to play it in, the Hawkettes will bring in a IMT insurance substitution.
I could have swore I thought that was going to be a ball toward Lincoln, but guess not.
Allie Heller, sophomore defender. And for the first time this afternoon, brushed off the head of Pritchard. Shimmer nestled here along the near touchline. Left-footed strike was in search of Allison Smith. And the Hawkettes will push it out. Throwing for Council Bluffs, Abraham Lincoln. Looking to counter, but just no personnel there along that far flank for the Hawkettes.
I know a lot of people, Ankeny scores a lot, Lincoln scores a lot, but I'm honestly not too surprised by the first half we've seen here. I think this is about what we expected, about what you expect for state tournament events in general. You almost think 1-0 games all the time. Here's a nice opportunity for the Lynx, though.
On the move are the Lynx. Backtracking are the Hawkettes. And the Hawkettes, just no panic from them at all. That's been really their MO throughout the course of the season, as a foul is going to be called on the Lynx. And that's why when you read off the score of our other 3A matchup, just really surprised to see 3 goals already scored. But when you're talking about two well-rounded teams like these two squads, no surprise that we may go into halftime with a 0-0 score on the board.
Yeah, last time we checked, Centennial up 2-1 over Valley.
That is 2 unanswered goals after Valley was able to strike first within the first few minutes.
I tell you what, it looked like Centennial brought their entire school, honestly. There were so many Centennial people there. Oh, 1-1. Late offside call stopped a 2-1 score, so it was 1-1 Valley and Centennial.
Well, that was something that we've talked about through each of our matches throughout the day, just the amount of fan support, and especially whenever the student section can get involved. The Valley here that is situated here with this county soccer complex, the sound really travels, and it has that professional soccer type atmosphere around here. But many fans traveling from the western part of the state, from Council Bluffs, great showing, cheering on the Lynx, and of course many folks from Ankeny making their way here for this match, and of course on the other side for Ankeny's Centennial. So if you've got any plans, need to go somewhere in Ankeny, now's probably the time to do it, as half of the town is probably down
Closed.
here at County Soccer Complex.
Yeah, we've talked about it all day. The sport is just growing rapidly here in the state of Iowa. The clubs are getting bigger. The more players are going out for state soccer. It's just been a great sight here, and more people. I've heard so many people come out today and say, this is my first time here. I'm really enjoying it. So that's awesome, and I know the state of Iowa wants to keep it here. They do a good job keeping up with it, and maybe just improve the facilities even more as we go along.
Well, and we have Kick It Forward here as well. A great program here in Central Iowa to even further enrich the development of youth soccer here in the state. Kruger Seeds, corner kick, number 4 for the Hawkettes. They came close earlier in this first half with a few header opportunities off of those corner kicks, but to no avail thus far. But they'll have another crack at it here. Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln still searching for their first set piece here at this opening half. 4 new Hawkettes entering the match, and we will have
a couple more of the main starters coming in, so this should be interesting to see how Ankeny wants to play this.
6 to play here in what's been a tight first half.
Yeah, 1-1 over on the other field, 0-0 here. Ankeny trying to break it here.
High arching strike.
Oh my!
Sent in from the corner. Well defended by the Lynx.
Vanderwerf came all the way up, and she got that one hand above everybody else, was able to knock it down. Nice job.
The Lynx defense has really been impressive, and with your head coach, Robbie Miller, just hoping that that great defense can lead to opportunities in their attacking third.
Yeah, their defense has been spectacular. There's nothing against that. Just a couple more shot attempts on offense, they'll be in a solid spot. Moser's been pretty quiet today at the goalie position.
Schimmer pushing it across. The wind picked it up there as it was in midair, and the Hawkettes let it roll past the far touchline.
I have to think about the wind differently, because over at the other field we're obviously higher up, so we get the wind just a little bit more. It's pretty mild here on the field. Don't expect it to carry too much.
The Lynx back to work, but knocked away by the Hawkettes. Now they change directions, reversing field. Schimmer probing to the center.
Surprised she didn't try to take it. She had a good spot there with her left leg. Ankeny gets away with it. You've just seen a couple times today some of these girls, like, last second, just take it when you can, because you know you're not going to get many opportunities like that.
Certainly not many clean looks, especially when you go up against an Ankeny team that has only conceded 1 goal here this season. But you want to make sure that you're making the right choice at the same time. So now a goal kick for the Lynx. Here as we approach 3.5 minutes to go here in our opening round. Schimmer, this coming off of the goal kick, but then racing down to knock that one out of play was Eden Gibson.
couple times today the Lynx haven't gotten favorable calls when it comes to out of bounds. Their fans are definitely letting them know it. Somebody could get a big goal here before halftime. You talk about wins and sales. If you can get that goal before halftime, before you get this halftime huddle, it would make a big difference. Ankeny's got a chance.
Avery Matthews looking for Cameron Dietz. And how about the play from behind by the Lynx? And that was Paige Bracker.
There was an offsides call all the way back. I don't know why. The official blew it. Yeah, it was offsides before that went out. The official put up his flag, but I don't know if anyone heard the whistle. It had to be barely offsides, but yeah, offsides before it went out of bounds. So good break there.
But we've seen a couple of times already in this first half just how Ankeny's looking to attack the Lynx by pressing forward, at times methodical, but right there they wanted to go after it. But Paige Bracker, time and time again, she has been right there to sniff out those kind of plays there along the back line. And now the Lynx here with 2 to go in the first half, trying to make some noise. There's a shot and save there by Mosier, but a very good look right there in the center.
Steam just hasn't really been on some of these kicks today. It really takes a big wind-up. It's hard to just center it, shoot from your feet without winding up too heavily. It's been the big difference today in every game we've done.
Collision there between Avery Matthews and a member of the Lynx. They continue to play on with Cameron Dietz. Here along this near corner, player still slow to get up.
She's still down. I'm surprised we haven't called a stoppage yet. There we go.
And now with a minute 9 remaining here in this first half, we do have an injury timeout. And that was Megan Elam. Good to see the junior defender be able to get up. It was her and Avery Matthews just coming in at a full head of steam.
Megan's going to take her time, walk off the field. I think maybe just the wind knocked out of her a little bit.
So a late IMT insurance substitution. And for the injured Megan Elam. Throwing it in deep in the corner are the Hawkettes. Knocked away by Mayo.
Oh.
Shimmer trying to gain separation. So we have a minute to go in our first half. And a whistle on the Hawkettes. That will go against Emma Gott.
Emma's just a sophomore. I mean, this team for Ankeny, overall, I mean, a couple seniors, but still fairly young. Been about the half we've expected here, Hunter. I mean, just back and forth. Nobody really going to give an inch. Also, just most of these girls are getting very tired. Haven't been a ton of subs. It's definitely the hottest part of the day right here, cracking into the 80s.
Strong send from Matthews. Final 10 seconds of our opening half. A much-needed hydration break indeed for all these student athletes here. In just a matter of seconds, it'll be a last-second effort to try to get a Kruger Seeds corner kick off, and it will not happen. And after 40 minutes of action here at the County Soccer Complex in this 3A semifinal, we are 0-0 at half between Council Bluffs, Abraham Lincoln, and Ankeny. We'll step aside and take a break. When we come back, we'll recap all of our action from the first half next on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
We We are so much more
than an energy company.
We are connectors.
Community protectors.
And clean energy leaders.
We are
Job creators.
Friends and neighbors.
Stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we.
We are so much more.
We are the energy
Behind your everyday.
And we are
Obsessively.
Relentlessly.
At your service.
I want a drink.
And I want this free.
And I want this awesome ATV. I can't get enough of winning free stuff. Casey's just gave me these. Cause we won the Casey's sweepstakes. The summer of freedom sweepstakes.
Shop with Casey's Rewards for a chance to win free pizza, gas, and getaways all summer long.
We won the Casey's sweepstakes. The summer of freedom sweepstakes.
Here in the heartland, at the heart of everything cool, Greater Des Moines is more than its features. It's a feeling. A feeling of discovery and wonder everywhere you turn. Catch what you've been missing. Des Moines, the S's are silent, our city is booming.
Sometimes people who seem to know everything.
Dental insurance costs a fortune and it covers nothing.
Don't. For instance, personal plans from Delta Dental cut the cost of many procedures in half. So be careful what you hear.
How important are teeth anyway?
Get the facts. Contact Delta Dental about saving with personal dental plans today.
And we have reached halftime here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy in this Class 3A semifinal, starting to wrap up what's been an exciting day of soccer here at State. The Girls State Soccer Tournament, of course, presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. Gridlocked at 0-0 here at the half between Ankeny and Council Bluffs. Abraham Lincoln, Hunter Phillips, and Blake Walker here with you. And what's been just a back-and-forth first half, something that, quite honestly, Blake, we expected. These are two teams that are very well-rounded, and although Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln is known as more of the scoring threat, they've been able to hold their own defensively and shaping up to be an exciting second half. What were some of your big takeaways there in that opening half?
I just think the way Lincoln was able to hold on defensively. Ankeny's gotten so many good shot attempts. There was that on that one goal kick, probably should have gone in for Ankeny. Lynx are just able to jump in front of everything, stay in front. For Ankeny, I mean, it's just the ability the defenders have. They're not really letting the ball get to Moser at all. She's only caught it, touched it three times. So that's been pretty impressive. I mean, just back and forth. It's one of those grudge match type games. I mean, you're not going to go back and watch this thing as a replay 10 years later, be proud of this one, but it's just kind of one of those slugfest, knockout, drag-out fights. And it's gotten aggressive, and we've seen them let them play a little bit longer. But, you get toward the end of the day, you just want to get this thing over, get ready, get set for the next day on Saturday. But I got to appreciate what the Lynx have been able to do to keep Ankeny going. And 1-0 game earlier in the year when the Lynx didn't even have all their players. So if that tells you anything, we could be looking at an upset here. It's 1-1 over there for Valley and Centennial, so that's going to be a good one. We got a good 40 minutes left of soccer.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect anything different here on this big stage at the state soccer tournament for it to be at 0-0 at halftime between Ankeny and Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln. And again, the winner of this match will go on to face either West Des Moines Valley, the defending 3A champs, or Ankeny Centennial on Saturday. And as Blake mentioned, that is one win, the score right now in the first half. We'll step aside and take a break. When we come back, we'll get you ready for our second half next here at the County Soccer Complex on the south side of Des Moines on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
We are so much more
than an energy company.
We are connectors.
Community protectors. And clean energy leaders.
We are
job creators.
Friends and neighbors.
Stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we.
We are so much more.
We are the energy
behind your everyday.
And we are
obsessively,
relentlessly
at your service.
Fairway Family Food.
Name one reason more people choose to shop at Fairway.
Lower prices.
Name something that Fairway is famous for.
The best meat in town.
Services!
Don't play games with your food. Shop Fairway for the best meat in town.
With lower prices and higher quality, everyone's a winner at Fairway.
Until next time, this is Fairway Family Food.
In Iowa, we all play by the same rules. Hard work pays off, practice makes perfect, success is something you earn, and teamwork helps us all be winners. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics. Because on our team and on yours, what we bring to the table is what brings us all together. Learn more about our commitment to Iowa at iowapork.org.
I hear you're looking for a great college where you can get an affordable education. SWIC is the place for you.
I appreciate the personalized attention.
And I've gotten to meet people from all around the world.
The SWIC student housing is incredible.
I like SWIC's hands-on training.
And I'll start my career in 2 years.
I can schedule my classes online or face-to-face.
SWIC feels like a community.
Like family, like home. SWIC is a place for you.
Here in the heartland, at the heart of everything cool, Greater Des Moines is more than its features. It's a feeling. A feeling of discovery and wonder everywhere you turn. Catch what you've been missing. Des Moines, the S's are silent, our city is booming.
0-0 is our score at halftime on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy. In this 2 versus 3 matchup, the Ankeny Hawkettes looking to reach their 4th consecutive 3A title match, going up against the 3-seed Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln Lynx, who are no strangers to making here to state, but are looking for that elusive championship. Have not won one in school history. This is, of course, their 4th straight trip here to the County Soccer Complex. Hunter Phillips and Blake Walker here with you as we're counting down the minutes, getting ready for our second half. So certainly some good takeaways, and some takeaways that I'm sure for both coaches, something that they'll need to correct going into this second half. But all in all, who in terms of momentum has that favorite going into the second half? Or is it a toss-up?
I feel like it's Ankeny. I just feel like, the Lynx have had positives on defense, that's for sure. But offensively, there's just really been nothing. Every time we see them go down here, it's just a weak dribbler for a shot attempt, if at any. If Ankeny, you got to love it. Sure enough, if you keep shooting, they're going to go in. So, I feel like this is just – it's a floodgate waiting to be broken for Ankeny. I think the Lynx are doing a really nice job, don't get me wrong. But they're going to have to get a little bit more offense going, because right now I feel like Ankeny has some solid momentum, liking where they're at officially here with 40 minutes left to go.
Well, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break. When we come back, we'll see how the second half unfolds next here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
I want a drink.
And I want this free.
And I want this awesome ATV. I can't get enough of winning free stuff. Casey's just gave me these. Cause we won the Casey's sweepstakes. The summer of freedom sweepstakes.
Shop with Casey's Rewards for a chance to win free pizza, gas, and getaways all summer long.
We won the Casey's sweepstakes. The summer of freedom sweepstakes.
Sometimes people who seem to know everything
Dental insurance costs a fortune, and it covers nothing.
don't. For instance, personal plans from Delta Dental cut the cost of many procedures in half. So be careful what you hear.
How important are teeth anyway?
Get the facts. Contact Delta Dental about saving with personal dental plans today.
Moments away from our second half getting underway here at the County Soccer Complex in Iowa's capital city of Des Moines. 0-0 is our score after one half of play, and now we have a second half of regulation to decide who will move on to Saturday's 3A championship match. Will it be Ankeny for a fourth consecutive year, or will Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln go to the title match for the first time in school history? Ankeny once again in their road white kits with maroon numerals and lettering black trim. They will be playing left to right. Meanwhile, Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln sporting their blue home kits here this afternoon with a shade of red also in there with white numerals and lettering and trim.
Lincoln trying to get a little bit of a run going. Obviously, we've changed sides here. Lincoln's going to try to score on the left side of your screen. Ankeny's trying to score on the right. So we'll see how this favors the Lynx with the wind, if any.
Ankeny closing in on the goal of the Lynx. But Paige Bracker doing another tremendous job as a player for Ankeny. Is slow to get up. Avery Matthews from way outside and jumping up and grabbing that one like a receiver was Savannah Vanderwerf.
I thought Vanderwerf kind of shoved into one of the Ankeny players there, and then a heck of a grab by Vanderwerf to get on top of it, make sure it doesn't go too far. Good save.
So the Hawkettes not wasting any time out of the gates here to open up our second half. Avery Matthews to throw it in. Far touchline for the Ankeny Hawkettes. Now they played over to the left side. Shot deflected off the gloves of Vanderwerf. I think that was going to be blown off anyway. And offside on Ankeny. We'll give it back to Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln, who are just trying to get their footing here early on in the second half, as most of this match has been on their side of the pitch.
I mean, if anything, sometimes we see teams when you're tied after halftime, they just kind of go with that mentality. It doesn't really matter if we score. Let's take this to penalty kicks and at least give ourselves a chance. Not saying that's what Lincoln wants to do, but the way their defense is playing, you know.
It has kept them in the match. Schimmer battling for it. Near side for the Lynx. And then booting it forward is Emma Gott. Throw in for the Lynx. Piper McGuire backs it up for the Lynx. Trying to establish position here on the right. Jasmine Martinez Rangel. Have not called her name really at all this afternoon. She was one of those goal scorers in the win over Dowling Catholic in the quarterfinals, and someone that certainly can provide a lift when needed. They play it for Schimmer, but surrounded by three Hawkettes. Really nowhere for Schimmer to go. But the first glimpse of the second half of Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln kind of toying in that end of the field of Ankeny's. Emma Gott boxing out here for another throw-in for the Hawkettes. Elizabeth Proctor sent it in, and how about the play from Vanderwerf here to open up the second half as she had to range out once again over to her left to be able to stop the ball from going by.
Couple good saves here by both teams. Trying to stay ahead of the game.
Off the bounce, McGuire, that was a strong goal kick there from Vanderwerf. And those are the small things right there, just to try to change the direction of the field. Racing in is McGuire. Martinez Rangel, 5 goals on the season for the junior. Got tripped up.
Starting to see the Lynx get a little bit more downfield here.
The Lynx second in the state in goals and assists. They know how to distribute the ball, but how do they crack the code of this Hawkette defense that, again, has only allowed 1 goal in 19 matches this season.
I feel like we have to reiterate that. 1 goal. There have been 19 games. 19, you take 40 times 2, so that's 80 minutes times 19. Unbelievable how many minutes they've played and only given up 1 point. That is one time Ankeny has seen the ball go through the net, their own net. That is unbelievable.
Well, I'm no math major, but I know that
I was going to say.
No calculator
I wasn't about to
is
do the
needed.
math.
I was going to be really impressed if you came up with the total minutes.
I was not about to do it right there. Any mathematicians want to chime in, we'd love to hear it.
Clearing it are the Lynx. What we saw in the first half is what we're seeing play out in the first 5+ minutes of our second half. Back and forth between two teams that have made it to state at least 4 out of the last set of seasons. Vanderwerf reaching up the vertical.
She like hit it off the top corner of the crossbar.
Vanderwerf, just a sophomore, again has only allowed 11 goals on the season. And again, the Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln faithful not happy with some of the
out of
possession
bounds. Yeah, they're just not
calls.
Doesn't feel like they're catching any lucky breaks.
Ankeny trying to probe this time from the far flank. Cameron Dietz over there along that far side for the Hawkettes. Matthews getting swarmed by Paige Bracker, who has been fantastic in that defensive third here this afternoon for the Lynx. And now an IMT substitution in for the first time in the second half for the Hawkettes. And it will be number 7, Jarrah Christensen. Substitutions, of course, all throughout our coverage are brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at imtins.com. Sent away by the Lynx. Another throw-in opportunity upcoming for the Hawkettes. The last update that we had, looking over our shoulder, we could hear some cheering over from the Coach County field just to the west of us. That match between Ankeny Centennial and West Des Moines Valley. Our last update was a 1-1 score in the first half, and that match kicked off just a few minutes prior to our match. Here, the final match of our semifinal Thursday. Playing right up there to the goal once again. Looking for the cross, but playing up is Savannah Vanderwerf, who has really shown off her instincts here thus far.
I mean, 84 saves coming into the tournament. It just shows that, yeah, the Lynx give up a couple shots, but they're still able to save them most of the time.
McGuire knocks over her defender. Officials let it play. Shimmer, Martinez, Rangel, and the wind certainly did not do any favors to Martinez Rangel as the wind just bit that in midair and easy for Mosier to bring down.
Looks like it's blowing to the south, so that thing, right when it took the air, it's not going to help the Lynx at all this half. If you kick any of those ones kind of up in the air, they're not going to have much steam headed toward Joey or headed toward Moser.
And Moser able to take advantage of that stiff breeze to her back and is able to send it way down pitch. Physical match, no doubt, and for the most part, again, the officials have let both of these teams just duke it out.
It's amazing. You could close your eyes and not even watch the game, and you can figure out how physical it is by how much the fans are talking and yelling. They'll let the officials know how they feel.
Martinez Rangel trying to strip it away from the Hawkettes. Vanderwerf, knowing that Matthews was ranging in, comes in once again, and she herself has really put some strikes together from between the pipes. Piper McGuire. Shimmer, a quick turn to her left. Ooh. And about as powerful of a strike as you are going to see from Shimmer. And we have seen more shots already here in the second half by Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln than we did in the first half.
That's huge. I mean, if you want to catch Moser off guard, give her different shots to look at, so that way she has to think about what she's seeing. That's so big here as we go along.
And that was the first shot for Hannah Schimmer. Entered the state tournament with over 110 shots registered on the season. Sending that one out was Allie Mackey, the youngest of the Mackey sisters. Now Piper McGuire just having a brief conversation with one of our officials.
And that's important for the officials. They want to tell the players, here's what I saw, here's why you got called on a foul, here's what you can do to not help it or let it happen again. That's, it's a good teaching moment. They're not just going to call a foul and not give you an explanation.
Kennedy Mackey with a beautiful free kick that was able to just launch itself over several different walls of defenders. But Vanderwerf right there once more. 10 minutes have surpassed here in our second half. 0-0 our score. Lexi Mayo playing it along the far flank, trying to create some difficulty for the Hawkettes. So a throw in now upcoming for the Hawkettes, and heard some fans in the background say go Tigers. So
I don't know if they scored or not. It's just kind of been, I haven't heard like a loud eruption. Yeah, okay, we got someone checking on it. So
these are tough duties here. Not only, paying attention to the task at hand, our game right here, our match, but also, keeping everyone informed too, because oftentimes here on the field, they're not sure what the score is of the other match, and so those occasional updates.
It was so rare today when Des Moines Christian got to watch the end of their team, or the team they get to play in the championship. I hope they know how grateful they should be, because they got to scout a little bit with their own eyes. I mean, you can watch all you want online, but it's not going to be perfect when it comes to scouting than in person. So that was a really rare opportunity for Des Moines Christian.
Martinez Rangel with the left foot. Piper McGuire closing in. Left of the box. 1v1. Swallowed up by Jenna Pitts.
I really like that by Jenna Pitts. She backed up. She didn't go to the ball. She backed up, kind of set her feet, shuffled a little bit, and said, I'll wait and see what happens here on defense. If you attack and you miss, you're in trouble because you've already given yourself up. You give a chance for a goal. That is smart soccer by Jenna Pitts.
And I feel like that's just the whole philosophy of this team led by Simon Brown, is that you just let the game and the moment come to you. And normally when you try to force things, sometimes that can lead to a mistake, and it can lead to an opening for the other team.
It is 1-1. Valley and Centennial still tied. So all of our cheering is from either a foul being called or something like that. So no scoring yet. Crazy scoring, new scoring by those two teams.
Well, and what a 3A championship match it'll be. Who makes it out of this match? And, of course, that one over on the field just west of us here at County Soccer Complex. High up in the air. Matthews had a good crack at it. That came off of Allie Mackey, the foot of her. And Matthews, she just does such a great job of knowing which part of the defense to go through to find the opening, and just feel like at one of these moments, Avery Matthews or one of the Hawkettes, they continue to apply pressure on this Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln defense that's going to give way for a chance that might get past Vanderwerf.
And she was almost there. I mean, Avery just mistimed the header attempt, and that's kind of what hurt her. But Lynx have a nice opportunity here. You're down deep in Ankeny territory, a couple more than they've been recently. Got a good chance here.
Still no set pieces for this Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln squad. Piper McGuire pushing it back to Martinez Rangel. Another very good defensive play made, but ranging up is Bracker, playing a little bit further up and still maintaining the possession. Martinez Rangel. Moser calls off her teammate right there. So just when Ankeny provides pressure, then Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln is able to do the same thing, and that's just been the course of this match thus far. Teams getting close, but both unable to get the look needed. Avery Matthews putting on the gas.
How about that save by Bracker? Got it out last second. Matthews was coming quick.
And we just saw Bracker here on the near side of the pitch and how she was immediately able to get back up and make that nice defensive stand. A substitution coming in for both teams. An IMT insurance substitution. Adding some insurance here just as we cross the halfway point of the second half. Hey,
let's
get
go.
them when I can.
Get those words in. That's huge. It lends itself.
Link's able to clear it away. It will stay with the Hawkettes.
This cloud cover's nice. I don't know where these clouds came from, but we've been sitting under cloud cover. Okay, Peter asked for it, so that makes sense. I did complain it was very hot. Feeling a little dehydrated, but, you know, we're hanging in there. Yeah, I was going to say, good to see some cloud cover here this afternoon.
I know the fans certainly appreciate it, too, and bringing out all the lawn chairs to support both teams.
Uh-oh.
Avery Matthews slips past one defender, slips past another. A nice ball in, and the dribbler goes to Vanderwerf. Swarming in to make the save. Vanderwerf has been pretty busy here in the second half, but she has made the necessary plays. Shimmer didn't have anyone in front of her. Jenna Pitts able to clear it away. Jasmine Martinez Rangel was the nearest one there, and be a throw-in here for Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln. Piper McGuire will get a much-needed breather. Exerted a lot of energy in the early portion of this second half. Coming back in will be Allison Smith, the sophomore forward. Trista Baker in for the Lynx as well. Playing it forward is Allie Mackey. And that is the future of Ankeny Hawkette soccer right there, and that just shows why they're here time and time again. Mackey, of course, comes from an athletic family, but she has placed some very good balls right down the field, and we almost saw Avery Matthews connect on a header just moments ago in the half.
It's just such a stalemate. I mean, just not really. Both teams are playing so well. It's not even a dig against the teams. I mean, they're just so good, and I mean, there's just not much room to work with. You're kind of having to either get a lucky bounce or something. Lincoln had a nice start to the half with a lot of pressure, and it's kind of slowed down just a little bit, but staying aggressive.
Coming in and making a difference is Allison Smith. Boy, that battle right in front of our broadcast location between her and Elizabeth Proctor. If that doesn't tell you that these two teams don't want to move on, then I don't know what will.
That turned into a game of Twister there for a second. That was pretty crazy how those two athletes just kept getting intertwined with each other going after the ball. No call, though. We play on.
Stretching out was Alexi Mayo to defend that forward ball from the Hawkettes. Proctor with a little hesitation. That one well struck and goes to the touchline.
I feel like we're pretty even on shots on goal this half, honestly. It feels like Ankeny hasn't gotten as many as they did in the first half.
It's about as even can get. But you brought it up just a couple of minutes ago that it just takes that one lucky bounce or that one lucky break that can stem the tide for one of these teams.
Nice chance here if Ankeny can turn it. Good block.
Looking for personnel in the middle. But like you said, well blocked off the backside of the Lynx defender there. Shimmer giving chase to it. The lone Lynx here along the center line. And now just like that, trying to play it forward.
2-on-2, nice block. It's Mackey, I think.
Liberty Bates was right there, and you could just see her head point up to the sky, and that, again, just that close. But Ankeny just knows how to defend that forward motion so well.
Well, that's what it's going to take. Ankeny kind of miscommunicated a little bit. You had a nice 2-on-2 down here. Just Ankeny jumped in front of it last second, so the Lynx didn't really have a shot that they wanted, but just keep pushing up. You'll get it eventually here.
They work it to the near flank. Reverse it to the middle. Eden Gibson was the one to clear it away for Ankeny. And the Hawkettes.
What vision.
Well placed to Cameron Dietz. But we have seen Lexi Mayo time and time again bail out the Lynx, as it still stays with Cameron Dietz, just a freshman.
Surprised Dietz turned around like that. I thought she had a nice opportunity, but she just missed it there to the left. So, I mean, I guess you could call it a freshman mistake. I wouldn't call that, but she had a good opportunity.
That goes over the bar. About the longest shot we have seen attempted here in our match thus far.
That's the win for you.
Avery Matthews, IMT insurance substitution, back in for the Hawkettes. And 2 new Lynx into the fold. Here as we have 18.5 minutes to go in regulation. We have seen one overtime match already today. It couldn't be decided in 2 overtimes, but instead in penalty kicks. Still plenty of time left, but it has just been tough sledding for both teams to try to get anything close to a dangerous spot for the goalkeepers.
And so far, everything's stayed pretty chalk. You got the 1 versus 2 in 1A, 1 versus 2 in 2A. Could we see 1 versus 2 here again in 3A? And if that doesn't say anything about, you know, the seeding process, I don't know what is. I know some people don't like the seeding process that the Boys Association or the Girls Union will use, but oftentimes they are, you know, everybody loves their upsets, that's for sure, but really nice job by everyone all throughout seeding these tournaments.
The top seeds have prevailed in both 1A and 2A. And the top seed in 3A trying to take care of business against Ankeny Centennial. We will have another score update for you here in a matter of moments. Throw in here from the near touchline for the Hawkettes, targeting Avery Matthews. And Vanderwerf watches that one go over to the backside of the bar and out of play.
Oh. So 1-1 on the other field, and they just had a red card. And if I'm not mistaken, that might be the first red card I've heard of this state tournament.
Yeah, I have not seen many yellow cards assessed,
9
but a
minutes.
red card nonetheless.
I've seen a yellow card.
Yellow card, 5 minutes.
Yeah, so yellow card.
Not only are the temperatures heating up, but the tensions heating up.
Temps are heating up. I'm starting to see a lot of red faces here, more than we've seen the rest of the day. Granted, we're closer, so maybe that's another thing. But, yeah, it's been – pressure's picking up. These girls know it's time to go with 16-18 remaining.
Well, and just the endurance of having to push yourself, knowing that you're still trying to get that first goal on the board. Ankeny really has turned up the heat here in the last couple of minutes.
Lynx doing a good job clearing it like they have all afternoon.
Allie Mackey there once again. Her and Avery Matthews, freshman to senior combination, really have tried to find one another here today and have come close.
I don't know about you. It just gets you pretty excited when you see a freshman or sophomore doing so well here at the state tournament. You're like, all right, we can see this for a couple more years. That's just awesome. And we're starting to see more younger players shine on the bigger stage, so that way we get to see them for a couple of years. It's not like college where they could leave early. We get to experience these girls for 4 years, and it's been so fun to watch.
Well, an excellent point, because on all of the rosters here, no matter if it's 1A, 2A, 3A, you have a good number of underclassmen, especially freshmen, who not only are on the roster, but they have significant playing time and have made impacts all season long. And they're just only scratching the surface in terms of what they're going to do in their future, and also going back to the development at the club level, the youth level, as the Hawkettes are swarming in on the Lynx, or trying to do anything to stem the tide here with 14 and a half to go in regulation.
And, you're going to see more team records in general be broken, like career records, because these kids are coming in younger than they ever have, so they get those 4-year careers to put up all these points or whatnot. State records are going to be broken. I mean, people say, well, that record can never be broken. I don't know. I mean, some of these are really up for grabs, overall. And we've seen that in the last couple of years with, like, Ellie Ruffridge of Pocahontas. She was there since a freshman. That's how she got all of her points. So it's totally possible. It's so cool to see all these young girls.
It really is, as the Lynx were able to muster a shot. Just a low line drive dribbler, easily handled by Moser. But Liberty Bates, who attempted that shot, a young player as well, just a sophomore. And as a sophomore, second in 3A, that's loaded with talent and assist.
It's a scary time. I mean, it's 0-0, so you can obviously play it how you want, but if you get down 1-0, I mean, that's a gut punch. Considering how this game has gone, it just, you can't keep that mentality, but you got to feel if you go down 1-0, whoever does first, if it happens here in regulation, that's got to be tough. Both teams have played so good. The defenses have been so solid here early.
Well, and we said this during the Davenport Assumption Nevada match, in which Nevada was able to score to equalize things with less than 7 to go in regulation.
The
fact that whenever you have to go through a match like that, you know that you earned it when you if you're able to reach that next level. If you go through something like that, ultimately battle-tested Avery Matthews with a shove from behind there by Ankeny. And now a sarcastic round of applause from the Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln fans, who have seen just a few calls not go their way today. But hoping that can just spark something here. Kicking into the wind are the Lynx. Jared Christensen was there to collect it as the ball landed right there.
Wind's about the strongest I've felt all day, Hunter. I mean, we've been upstairs, so it's been a little bit stronger, but this down here, I feel like it's really howling right now. That helps Ankeny if you count it a help. Here comes Matthews.
Matthews, left-footed boot.
There's the wind.
Over to the right side, and it just carried that one.
21-mile-an-hour wind gusts, our official tally here.
So the mile an hour on the wind gauge, certainly up from what we had to start the match. They were looking at 17 miles an hour, now over 20 miles an hour. Martinez Rangel back in for Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln, there for an IMT substitution. And so while we have players re-entering the match in close action there along the Abraham Lincoln side, reminder fans of Central College has a tuition price less than $18,600. That means the college experience that opens doors for a lifetime is now more affordable than ever, and scholarships are still available. Apply today at central.edu.
Also had a Kruger Seeds corner kick. There's a chance! Oh.
That was the sixth Kruger Seeds corner kick for Ankeny, and how many times have we seen just how close they have gotten off of those?
That was a huge chance here as we close in under 10 minutes to go. How about this? Both 3A semifinals, both under 10 minutes, still 1-1, and there's 4 minutes left on the other field. So
you're saying they're saving the best for last?
it means a lot, I mean, to these 3A schools. I'm not saying it doesn't for 2A and 1A, but, I mean, these girls just fight hard for every single inch.
The Lynx have been resilient throughout the entire afternoon, and that is a handball there.
That's a tough spot for a handball.
Paige Bracker. So it sets up a free kick here for Kennedy Mackey, one of the seniors on this squad. Lifts it up. Cleared away in the center by the Lynx. Now they play it over to Christensen. A number of blue shirts right there. Liberty Yates. Bates coming in from behind to try to disrupt it. Pitts has just been all over Shimmer here today and read that pass nicely to keep this back line now inside completely Abraham Lincoln territory, but possession back here with the Lynx. 9 minutes to play here in regulation. Time starting to wind down in this 3A semifinal. What kind of late drama could be brewing here?
It's a nice block.
That was off of Bracker. Boy, she has given her body here throughout the course of the day. And we are going to have a timeout here on the field.
Haven't really, knock on wood, wherever wood's at, haven't really had any like injured players down on the field. It's just kind of been small things that the referee notices. And again, shout out to the referee, spotting those small things and realizing, hey, probably should take a break. Let's get this figured out.
So an injury substitution will be in for Council Bluffs. Abraham Lincoln stops play with 8:36 to go in regulation. If we do need an overtime period, it is a sudden death format and it goes to 10 minutes. And if a goal is not scored during that first overtime, it goes to a second overtime for 10 minutes. And then if need be, we go to penalty kicks. But these two teams hoping they can punch their ticket to the championship match here in regulation.
Well, this is coming down to it. I mean, if you got any more attacks, any more schemes left in your offense, this is now the time to use it. Lynx haven't put together a breakaway here in a little bit. It's mostly been on Ankeny.
Ankeny has just had a little bit more energy, Blake, it seems like, here late in the half.
Is that going to be a corner kick? No, too far.
Two more IMT insurance substitutions in for Council Bluffs. Abraham Lincoln going to the bench as Robbie Miller, fresh legs, crucial here down the stretch.
These girls are tired. I mean, you got some girls with their hands on their hips, hands on their knees. It's getting hotter as we reach that peak part of the day where the heat picks up, so.
Avery Matthews charging in, but well stuffed by Abby Evers. Now the Hawkettes will reset. They give it back to Matthews. Strong sent over to the center. Now from the back, Mackey was there and just pushing that off to the left was Cameron Dietz.
And there's been a couple of those today. I mean, they're getting good shots. That's not the problem. It's just either a little too far, a little too short, a little too weak, or close.
And I just heard that the match that just started a little bit before us, Ankeny Centennial and West Des Moines Valley, will head to overtime, tied at 1-1. And we could be in the same situation here as there's only 6.5 minutes remaining in regulation. So all teams in this 3A field are certainly going to need a little extra time for some R&R after grueling through the hottest part of the day.
Come the Lynx. Nice chance here possibly to end. Oh, but they just look so tired. I mean, they're just kind of walking, trying to stay in front.
Martinez Rangel. Nobody there in the middle, but that back line of Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln playing a little bit further up.
They get another chance here.
Martinez Rangel cutting now to the center. And they're over to the far side and unable to get a clean play on it was Allison Smith.
They're resetting, but I don't know if they needed to reset. You got to stay up on top of things, and that's a missed opportunity there as it's going back the other way.
Headed by Mayo. 2 Hawkettes, down pitch.
I just feel like the Lynx could have been a little bit more aggressive there. I felt like they were a little too hesitant on offense. I mean, they're definitely tired, but.
Well, and if Allison Smith just would have timed that a little bit more differently, what could have been there for the Lynx.
Honestly, Hunter, I think both these teams are absolutely exhausted.
Other than halftime and a few injury timeouts here and there, there's been very little stoppage here today.
And usually if the temperatures, I think it has to be over either 90 or 85, probably 90. They give them breaks with the 20-minute marks, but not the case today.
Just right on that border right there, but although it hasn't quite reached the 80s still, with the sunlight here, it is hot, and so fatigue certainly sets in both physically and mentally. But both teams trying to stay sharp here. So we have now 4 minutes and change left to go here in regulation. 2 new Hawkettes in for an IMT insurance substitution. Ankeny, as we touched on in the top of our broadcast, looking for their 4th straight trip to the title match, while Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln looking to play spoiler and go to the title match for the first time in school history and try to represent Western Iowa.
Got another chance here.
Paige Bracker just raced up and took it. Numbers for the Lynx.
Bracker, the school's assist leader at 17. That's a team record. Just need
someone
one lucky
when
bounce.
She's in motion goes to McGuire.
Oh!
Moser diving over to her right.
Moser did not look like out of it at all. She's ready to go. They're ready to move here. That was a heck of a save.
The urgency amped up here as we have less than 3 to play in regulation. But what a fantastic looking shot there from the Lynx. And Moser showing why she is one of the top goalkeepers here in the state. A little brief disagreement there on who had the possession from out of bounds, and it is favored for the Lynx. Paige Bracker from the back. Sent over to Allison Smith, but the Hawkettes were there to capture it. Avery Matthews going against Mayo. Players giving it their all here. Whatever ounce of energy they have left.
You're going to need it.
Gonna need it if it does go to overtime. Martinez Rangel.
Tell you what, the Lynx are getting better opportunities here in this last 10 minutes. Got under 2 to go.
McGuire from the center. Finds Liberty Bates. Back to McGuire. Kennedy Mackey with great ball skills and recognition. And now resetting here from the far flank is Avery Matthews.
Oh,
Matthews
slide
gets
tackle.
tackled. Final set of opportunities for both squads in regulation. We saw a brief flurry from the Lynx. Do they have something left in them? Here with Martinez Rangel.
Got one more chance.
Shimmer gets tripped up. And Shimmer is slow to get up. Hannah Shimmer, one of those players that has not left the match, Blake. She has been out there the entire afternoon. Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln fans want a foul. And Shimmer kind of recapturing her breath. Isabella Kane tosses it in to Bracker. 30 seconds remaining here in regulation.
Got to clear if you're Ankeny. Oh, they got a chance.
One last burst here for the Hawkettes. Bringing it across half is Leffler. And now here's Allie Mackey.
10 seconds.
Less than 10 seconds now to go. Here's Rangel with a last-second effort. Shimmer
Nice block.
Just a little late. Emma Pitts knocks it away.
Nice block by Jenna Pitts. Well, buddy, we got another one. Another overtime. Wow.
Our first 3A semifinal went to overtime, and we will have the same here in our finale. 80 minutes of regulation, not enough to decide this one. 0-0 our score. As we go into overtime and have extra soccer, we'll take a break, a hydration break for us broadcasters, and we'll be back on the other side here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.
We are so much more
than an energy company.
We are connectors,
community protectors, and clean energy leaders.
We are
Job creators.
friends and neighbors.
stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we.
We are so much more.
We are the energy
Behind your everyday.
And we are.
Obsessively.
relentlessly.
At your service.
It's Fairway Family Food.
Name one reason more people choose to shop at Fairway.
Lower prices.
Name something that Fairway is famous for.
The best meat in town.
Survey says!
Don't play games with your food. Shop Fairway for the best meat in town.
With lower prices and higher quality, everyone's a winner at Fairway.
Until next time, this is Fairway Family Food.
In Iowa, we all play by the same rules. Hard work pays off, practice makes perfect, success is something you earn, and teamwork helps us all be winners. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics. Because on our team and on yours, what we bring to the table is what brings us all together. Learn more about our commitment to Iowa at iowapork.org.
I hear you're looking for a great college where you can get an affordable education. SWIC is the place for you.
I appreciate the personalized attention.
And I've gotten to meet people from all around the world.
SWIC student housing is incredible.
I like SWIC's hands-on training.
And I'll start my career in 2 years.
I can schedule my classes online or face-to-face.
SWIC feels like a community. Like family,
like home. SWIC is a place for you.
Here in the heartland, at the heart of everything cool, Greater Des Moines is more than its features. It's a feeling. A feeling of discovery and wonder everywhere you turn. Catch what you've been missing. Des Moines, the S's are silent, our city is booming.
We have extra soccer on our hands here at the County Soccer Complex on the south side of Des Moines. 0-0 our score as we go into overtime in this Class 3A semifinal 2 versus 3 matchup, Ankeny and Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln. We started off the day, Blake, with not only two overtimes, but penalty kicks in 1A. And just seems like that's the theme here throughout the day. And both of the 3A semifinals are going into OT. So this is the time to be able to rehydrate, recharge yourselves, and give it everything you have. And it's going to be fun to see who comes out on top in this tie battle.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Hunter. I should rehydrate myself as well. Not just the players, but us. But no, seriously, this has been a phenomenal day of soccer. I mean, you and I have had some great games between Assumption, Nevada, DCG Xavier, and now the Lynx of Council Bluffs, Lincoln, and then Ankeny. One of these teams, it's going to stink whoever loses, because both these teams have played so hard, and both of them deserve to go to the title game. They couldn't score in 80 minutes. Can they take 20 more minutes in PKs? We'll just have to see.
That is Blake Walker. I'm Hunter Phillips, along with our Girls Union Network crew. Delivered the sights and sounds of quarterfinals and semifinals here at the state soccer tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. Been a treat all week long, and now we're going to be treated to some extra soccer. And the format, once again, is whoever scores first in overtime will be the winner of the match. There will be a 10-minute overtime period to start, and then if no team is able to score during that time frame, there will be a 1-minute break in between, and then another 10-minute overtime period. And if neither team can get a goal during those 2 overtime periods, we will then head to penalty kicks. 5 players for each squad will try to make the most kicks to try to send their way to the 3A title game on Saturday. But off we go here in OT. Council Bluffs, Abraham Lincoln, like they did in the second half, working right to left. Ankeny left to right here in this first overtime. Shimmer. Sophie Leffler knocking it out for Ankeny. The Lynx trying to rally off the throw-in. Paige Bracker. Kennedy Mackey roaming to the center. Avery Matthews and Allison Smith doing battle there right in front of the Hawkette bench.
Oh boy.
Ankeny with their first real solid look here in overtime. And diving in is the sure-handed Savannah Vanderwerf.
She's been huge today.
Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln had to weather the early flurry by Ankeny in the second half, and Vanderwerf made one save after another. But then the Lynx were able to calm down just a bit, and we saw them really start to rally late in the second half. But in terms of momentum, it's a coin flip here. Just a matter of someone making the right play at the right time. Piper McGuire flicked it ahead. McKenna Skinner. Excuse me, that was Elizabeth Proctor for Ankeny. Allie Mackey trying to get out of trouble. Cleared away by the Lynx.
I like how Ankeny's attacking this overtime here. I mean, they just seem to be a little bit more up on it than they were in those last 20 minutes especially. So the urgency is picked up for Ankeny. Not saying the Lynx haven't, but we're definitely starting to see the Hawks really put the pressure on.
Hannah Shimmer spins around the Hawkettes. Floats it over to the middle. Ranging over to collect it is Martinez Rangel. McGuire looking back for options. Bracker running up. Got tripped up. And now the Hawkettes looking to counter. Well stuffed there by Trista Baker. So as Ankeny looks to make a play here in the corner, just got word that Ankeny Centennial and West Des Moines Valley are heading into a second overtime, still tied 1-1.
I got a feeling we might be headed there too. These two teams just won't give up. I mean, there's no stopping them. Lynx get a big chance here. This is one of their first opportunities here of overtime.
Liberty Bates, Hannah Schimmer. Those two have been the stars this year. Schimmer knocks it in! The Lynx roar past Ankeny. A thrilling game winner. Council Bluffs, Abraham Lincoln heading to the title match, winning 1-0.
What a game. What a shot. I mean, are you kidding me? Hannah Schimmer hits the top right corner. Beautiful scene right in front of us. Celebrating, parents celebrating with their kids. Oh my goodness. Ankeny gives up 2 goals all year, and they're going to fall just short of the state championship. What a shot. And what a game put together by Lincoln. That same thing like the Nevada Assumption game. Council Bluffs Lincoln, they never had the ball down here. And then finally they get one shot. First chance in overtime. And Schimmer makes the play. Unbelievable job by CB Lincoln.
Well, we're witnessing it right here. The heartbreak for the Ankeny Hawkettes, who are looking to make their 4th consecutive title match, coming up just short. But then the elation from the contingent from Council Bluffs immediately rushed to the field to embrace their Lynx.
Please go over to where Ankeny is so we can do our awards presentation.
1-0 in overtime. Hannah Schimmer was frustrated throughout the course of the afternoon, but then finally, given the opportunity, she struck, and it went past Jordan Moser. And so, through all that excitement, they're getting the fans off the field here for a brief moment. We'll turn things over now to our public address announcer for the trophy presentation.
Are they still playing? Oh, I want to see.
Please direct your attention to the field for the awards presentation. In addition to receiving medallions, every player will receive a commemorative soccer ball and bag tag provided by Iowa Farm Bureau, title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Presenting award from the Girls Union is Aaron Kirtley, Associate Director. Congratulations to head coach Simon Brown and the Hawkettes from Ankeny on an outstanding 2022 soccer season. Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln fans, your team advances to the Class 3A championship game, where they face the winner of Valley, Ankeny Centennial on Saturday, June 4th at 3 p.m. on Field 9. Thanks for everyone coming. Safe travels all.
What a thrilling way to end semifinal Thursday here at State. In thrilling fashion, Council Bluffs, Abraham Lincoln heading to the Class 3A title match for the first time in school history off a game-winning golden goal by senior Hannah Schimmer, Hunter Phillips, and Blake Walker here to wrap things up. And really no doubt about it that whoever was going to break through was going to get the nod. And Hannah Schimmer on the biggest stage shined bright to send the Lynx to the championship match, and she is going to be our Casey's player of the game.
And much deserving. I mean, she played a heck of a game, came up big in the final moment. What a heartbreaker for Ankeny. I mean, you were going to look back on this year, you only gave up 1 goal the entire season, and the second one you gave up was the one that ended your season. So absolutely unbelievable by CB Lincoln. Ankeny controlled most of this game. I mean, I just have to put it that way. Ankeny controlled this whole game, and Lincoln just came up huge in the end. That is a huge win for the Lynx. They'll still await their next opponent, whether that be Centennial or Valley, but the streak is done. Ankeny is out of the state title game for the first time since 2017. So, heck of a game, Hunter. It's been fun calling these games with you all day. We saw some great games.
Yeah, likewise, partner. Again, Hannah Schimmer is our Casey's Player of the Game. Casey's is proud to sponsor the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union and today's Player of the Game. Casey's is at the heart of many Iowa communities, cheering on our local teams and fans and making sure there's fresh pizza ready, win or lose. Sign up for new Casey's Rewards, the rewards program that gives back by letting you redeem points for Casey's cash, fuel discounts, or donations to local schools. So Council Bluffs, Abraham Lincoln, the 3 seed, moves on to the 3A title match, and they will face either West Des Moines Valley, the defending champs, or Ankeny Centennial. So on behalf of our entire hard-working crew here on the Girls Union Network, and for my broadcast partner Blake Walker, I'm Hunter Phillips. All of us here from Des Moines, so glad to have you join us here as we deliver the sights and sounds of another exciting year of girls state soccer back home to you. Thank you for watching our live coverage of the 2022 Girls State Soccer Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.